This is Good News with Don and Cheryl.
This is embarrassing. This is me, like 700 and a little bit over. I had no idea until someone took this picture how big I was. I don't even remember ever in my life wearing a pair of jeans, and the only time I've ever seen me in a pair of jeans is in one picture of me, and I was probably 6 years old. Currently, I would assume that I weigh like 500 pounds. The world is not made for me. It's not made for the people our size at all. It's easy to point the finger at fat people or make fun of them and judge them and say, oh, all they have to do is go on a diet, but that's not true. This is not what it's about.
We are here with the star of not just a new show on Style, but the highest rated premiering show ever on Style Network. Ruby, we are glad to have you.
I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, now, how in the world did you get started with your story being on television, a girl from Savannah?
I know, girl from Savannah. What happened was that I was watching the show on Oprah, and there was like these other women on there that were suffering the same as I was with overweightness. And I was like listening to their story, and they were crying. They were talking about how they never go out of their homes, they never go anywhere, they don't go with their family or their friends, and if they're going to go eat, they go through fast foods because people are so cruel. I mean, they're so mean, they're so prejudiced about this. And I was sitting there listening to this, and then something triggered in me and said, why are we like this? I go through it. I see people staring at me, laughing at me. I'm the joke of the restaurant or whatever, but the fact is I'm still going to live my life. I'm not going to let these people stop me from coming out and having fun with my family and my friends. I'm just not going to let it happen. And so I said, I want to find out why there's so many of us out there. And I went on the internet, and there's 96 million Americans that are suffering from obesity. And I was like, what is the reason? There is an industry, not an industry, but there's a market out there making billions of dollars on every diet gimmick, every diet that you could think of, but the world's getting bigger. And the politicians now are getting involved with, they're saying by the year 2010, 75% of Americans are going to be obese. That's scary.
It is scary.
And so I said, I'm going to be the guinea pig. And I told my friends, I said, I want y'all to follow me. I'm going to try to lose this weight, attempt it once again, because I've been attempting it since I was 10 years old to lose weight. And I've lost 50 pounds to 100 pounds, but I always gain it back. It's just a constant struggle. And so I said, you got to follow me. Let me see what it is, if it's mental, spiritually, physical, emotional. I just want to know.
What are some of the things, some things that you might think, oh, I hope we don't go down this road, or I hope this doesn't happen? What are some of those things?
The fear I have is that I'm always battling this thing, which I call the beast, which you'll find out on the show, that I've always called it the beast. It's like, it doesn't have a name. I just feel like he always kicks me. I feel like I'm in the ring fighting him all the time. And right when I think I'm winning and conquering this thing, he sneaks up from nowhere and he kicks me back down. And there I go, and I'm losing again. It's like I've never been able to win at this, ever.
People think it's so easy, and yet I would say having issues with food is probably the most challenging addiction on earth, because you could choose to never go into a bar. You could choose to not have the friends that did drugs. Everyone has to consume some amount of food every day to survive, and it's something you can't walk away from, and you can't avoid, and you can't be around. So it has got to be the hardest addiction that there is.
It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It's just now I'm learning how to eat meals, which is very hard for me, because I'm in my head thinking, why should I eat when I'm not hungry? That's hurting myself. But they're teaching me to eat every 3 hours, this stuff that I think is so wrong, but I'm learning it's really right.
Stay tuned for more good news.
I really see a different Ruby. She's determined to lose this weight. Sometimes when I comes down, I'll be like, let's go on a walk. She's like, my knees hurt. Today she's like, I don't care, let's go.
Oh, it's okay. Stop being a sissy.
The fun thing that I love about your show and what we've seen is your network of friends. And you were talking about being able to put truth on this for the people that are out there. How do the friends and all that play into, because you probably have a different perspective than someone who is sitting at home going, I can't do this, I can't leave my house. What makes Ruby different from someone who can't leave their house?
It's just, I've always had friends. I think a part of it, because I've had kids write into me and say, well, how were you not an outcast in high school? And I thought it was really amazing because I really wasn't. And I think it's because my mom and dad made me feel like I was so loved, that I was so special, and I was beautiful no matter what. So if you go into a high school and you're not sitting there thinking you have a problem, everybody else isn't going to think you have a problem either.
But all of us have issues. Everybody has baggage, whether it's visual or not. So it's just so crucial that people hear your story, but it's a fun story to watch. I mean, you have a wonderful life. You have great friends, good times, a strong faith. It really is fascinating to watch.
My faith is everything to me. And you know what? And it's so, and because of the way I am, I'm not judgmental. You know what I mean? It makes me, I love all people. I don't care, you know, it's just, this world is very cruel, so judgmental. I mean, and I look at myself, you know, he was persecuted. I cannot compare to what he went through. I mean, yes, when I'm out there and people are being so mean to me and hateful and laughing and just bringing, you just do not understand how bad it could get. You just have to fight it. You just have to find the strength inside, and that is God. That is the strength inside me to go, he made me. I'm better than this. You know, this does not define who Ruby is. And that's one thing I want to say out there. Your weight, your addiction, alcoholism, your drugs will not define you. And if you need help, I want people not to keep it a secret, because when you keep it a secret, that's when it controls you. It gets bigger than it is. You were born, everybody, I believe, in my heart was born for a purpose. And you have a destiny, and don't let somebody that's been in your head telling you can't do this, there's no way. You know, there's somebody always hurting somebody or whispering in their ear, they're a loser, or saying something bad about them. Forget what they said. You come back to what he says, and he will lead you there.
Ruby, you are a beautiful, wonderful child
And now
of
you
God.
see why she has her own show.
Would you?
Why everyone
I
should
know.
watch it, because how can you not be just totally into everything about you? So,
Sunday nights
so
at
Yes.
8 o'clock,
8 o'clock
on
the
Style
Style
Network.
Network.
And if people will go to the website and click on, you may talk with them even on the blog.
Oh, I will talk to them, most definitely talk to them. And, you know, help each other. If you have any kind of struggles, you know, anything, get on there and tell people and how you conquered it, and pray for each other. Even if you don't have a struggle, if you have wisdom, a Bible verse, anything, I mean, everybody's coming together in a way I get chills right now. Never seen it. It's like, I know this was destined to be. I know that this was orchestrated by God, because
We can't wait to watch the whole series and the progress.
so sweet.
And we will be your biggest cheerleaders and keep you in our prayers as
Yes.
well.
That's
God
the biggest
bless.
gift you can give me, is to pray for me.
We will.
Thanks.